Hello trophies, welcome to your 25-minute steps, box, and glutes workout for the week. I'm Trophy Sally. I wanted a little bit of everything in this class. So we are going to do a quick warm up and then we're gonna do boxing. The three moves that we're gonna be doing are up punches, side jabs, and hooks. And then we're also going to do battle ropes. Then we're going to do step ups, and then we're going to do glutes and ballet legs, and then we're going to repeat the boxing, repeat the step ups, and repeat the glutes, and then the class is over. And so we are gonna get a full complete workout. I'm really excited about this class. All of the classes that we give you here in the membership are opportunities to practice and play and have fun while you build your trophy body and while you maintain your trophy body. Because ultimately, if you're in the state of mind that you're already in maintenance, then you think about getting to your workout every day to maintain. And sometimes that's a little bit of an easier mentality than I need to work out because if I don't, then I'm going to not get my trophy body. Because when you're in maintenance mode, it's actually okay if you take days off, but you actually are more likely to get to your workout if you're in that easier world maintenance mode because there's just less pressure on your shoulders to get to class. Instead, you get to class because you know that you get to have fun and maintain your trophy body. Let's go, right? Check, that's easy. Let's go. I'm gonna go and play with Trophy Sally and do some step ups and do some boxing and do some glutes. I'm gonna go jump into a HIIT class for a quick 20. I have time, I'm gonna do a 45-minute aerobics class. I'm gonna do Stephanie's bodybuilding blast off workouts. I'm gonna do some quick minutes. I'm gonna do some Pilates, some yoga, some ballet, some Tai Chi. You get so many fun options for jumping into practice. Just like if you were in high school and you had practice after school, right? Whether it's practice for a sport or maybe it's practice playing an instrument. This is your instrument and you're playing, right? Let's play our instruments. Right? Let's breathe into our instruments and play the most beautiful symphony, and let's benefit in our strength and flexibility and health, jawline to feet, inside and out, while we play our instruments. Okay, let's go. I've got my stool here. You just need a stool or a chair about 14 to 18 inches, 19, actually this is 19. So you can be up to 20 inches off of the ground. You need to make sure that your stool doesn't move. So when you do your step ups, which are these here, just like this, then the stool or chair doesn't slide away, okay? It just needs to stay right here. And then it needs to be I like it to be a softer surface. So in the chance that I accidentally flick my toe against it, I don't hurt my toe. So if you've got a stool or chair for today's class, fantastic. And if you don't, you're welcome to do mock step ups. You can just pretend like the stool or the chair is there and just be with the tempo that we're going along to in class. Okay, so we're gonna keep it to the side for now. I am gonna keep it close by for bottoms up at the beginning of class or near the beginning of class, and then we'll move it aside and we'll get to it pretty quick. So let's go ahead and start with a gentle joint warm up. So we're gonna connect to the bottoms of our feet. We're gonna connect to our breath. This pursed lip for neck stability and jaw toning. Our pursed core muscles, more like flexed, more like contracted, more like firm and stable core muscles for core toning and for back support. Shoulders relaxed, eye muscles relaxed, eyebrows relaxed, so that we don't hold tension in our face. Shoulders are dropped so we don't hold tension in our neck. And then we're just relaxed in ease in our strength. All right, let's go ahead and take our hands down to our sides and give ourselves a nice squeeze here. And then let's do some massage twisting. So we're just gonna go ahead now and gently pull our shoulder forward underneath our chin. And this hand comes down the front. And then this hand will now come back on the hip, squeezing back through the lats and the elbow, just like that. Pulling down through the shoulders. And then we twist and we twist and we hold the core muscles in And we squeeze inward. Just like this. Seeing if we can pull our elbow back a little farther, but we're not in a hurry. This is about connecting and squeezing and stretching and strengthening. And it's about being in as many present moments as possible with yourself. Because your muscles aren't in a hurry. Your joints aren't in a hurry. Be patient, be present, and then you will get stronger by the bounce. Last one here, and then go ahead and relax. Let's now take our hands, cross them in front, and then out we go. Really get into those back muscles here. Lift up, pause in trophy pose, come into a dive, one hand on top of the other, and now we stretch as we reach up, and then let's gently twist each direction twice, keeping our jaw closed. Perfect. Now we're going to release into trophy pose. Palms are facing in. Lift up, shoulders drop, lift your chest up, flip your hands, down we go, stretching through those shoulders, and then cross in front. Out we go, non-dominant hand on top, wrap the thumb around for stability as you lift, and then twist. Each direction twice. Feel that stability through your hips, through the bottoms of your feet. Perfect. Let's go ahead now and release in trophy pose. Hold here, flip, and down we go. Take that left hand across the front, right hand behind, and gently stretch into that back shoulder here. If you keep your breath moving and keep your body calm, this is when we go in and do the most stretching and strengthening. Go ahead and switch sides. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and do bottoms up. So relax, turn to the side. If you need to pull your chair forward, we can go ahead and do that and step off and pull it forward here. And then we're going to go ahead and lift our shoulders up and hunch. And I want you to really milk it as your legs bob. And then you notice that you're stretching in your upper back. And as you start to lower, your stretching starts to go down your mid-spine. You're in the middle of your back now, you're lowering more. Your shoulders drop down lower, now you're in your lower back. And now you're going into your glutes, hamstrings, knees, calves. Now you're all the way down. Now you can relax your shoulders and you can bob gently through the bottoms of your feet in perfect alignment through your ankles, knees, and hips. Breathing calm and easy. Feeling that strengthening. Your knees are slightly bent. You're in easy world. Feeling ease. Let's start to roll our feet gently outward and inward. Beautiful. Let's pull our heels in for a slight Mary Poppins position. There's still space between our heels. Make sure your feet are grounded. And then come back to parallel. And let's go ahead and bend one knee, squeeze the hip above it, pull the opposite hip back, and really sit here and relax. Come back into a neutral spine, legs are straight. Maybe there's a slight bend in your knee. And then bend the other knee and squeeze the hip above it and pull the opposite hip back. Core control. Use your core muscles to be in more control. Pull them in, squeeze them. Release, come back down to a neutral spine as we keep it straight, and then we lift our upper body up, handlebar. And then relax in this vertical bounce as we recalibrate, I like to say. And then we're going to slide our stool and chair away so that we can do some proper all around the world kicking without kicking the stool or the chair. So go ahead and vertical bounce here, and let's start to lift our feet up one at a time and get right into your hamstrings, right into your glutes, right into your core muscles. Make every single kick count. We're not about kicking, not trying to kick too hot. We're easing into our hamstring flexibility and strength. Maybe we slow it down and we add a mid bounce, no problem. We work with our bodies here and now. We need that mid bounce though, because if we take it out, then we're not able to go in as deep into our flexibility. And we really do get this opportunity of maximum strengthening when we actually go deeper into our flexibility. So we stay here with a mid bounce. Let's go ahead and turn and do side kicks, keeping the feet parallel to the ground. Stretch it deep into your hips and then into your obliques while you stand tall. Working with perfect symmetry. Beautiful. Let's do some gentle low back kicks. So nice and easy, right into your love handles, right into your glutes. Core muscles are strong as you land on that one leg. You can be with 2 mid bounces here or 1. Whatever gets you working in more precision and connecting more mind to body. Sometimes it flips back and forth between 2 mid bounces and 1 because you think you're doing better with 1 mid bounce, but then you're more honest with yourself and you realize 2 mid bounces has me connecting more to my strength, to my flexibility, to my poise, to my form. Let's go ahead and lift the heels up and stretch the quads. Curling the hamstrings, core strong. Excellent. Going a little bit deeper into those quads. See if you can pull your heels up a little bit farther and then point those knees down a little bit deeper, getting a little bit deeper into your lengthening of your quads, which is strengthening. Again, flexibility equals strength. Let's go ahead and bring the heels up forward, hacky sack. And when it's because when our muscles lengthen, they contract. And contracted muscles with resistance against them is what strengthens them. So muscles can be lengthened or shortened, and they contract in both positions, lengthening and shortening. So that's why stretching is so powerful. All right, trophies, let's do a gentle twist here. And then we're gonna be getting into our boxing segment. And then we're gonna go right into our step ups. So I need us to grab our stools and put them close, put them right in front of our rebounders here so that they're ready. But first we're gonna do boxing. So finish off the trophy twists at the top of the minute. We're gonna do 30 on, 30 on of punching up. So let's start with our singles. We punch in the up bounce, and I want force in your punch through your muscles. Think muscles, and then think stability in your body. You're working your shoulder muscles, you're working your arm muscles, and these are all supporting your joints. And then at the 30, we're gonna go to double speed, so give me all the force you got here for 3, 2, 1, double speed, here we go. Stay even more stable. Feel your core muscles staying the most stable so that you can stay in perfect balance as you throw your up punches up in the air. Beautiful. Single speed side jabs at the top of the minute. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So you're just hitting this punching bag with the outer part of your fist with your arm muscles. Pow, pow, in the air. And really picture that punching bag there, and you're hitting it. You mean business, but you're staying stable. It's not about overreaching, over-exaggerating. It's about making it count, like you're getting points for precision. Double speed, 2, and 1. Here we go. Extra calm, extra poised, being with your breath and managing your breath. Use your lats here. You're an instrument and you're just having the breath move gently and smoothly, still powerfully, but smoothly and gently through your body. All right? Hooks are next. We need to have that mid bounce between. So we're gonna hook just like this in front, stretching through our lats and giving a little twist, just a little, but we actually wanna keep it more stable here and centered so that we can just give a little force through our lats and shoulders, biceps, triceps. Beautiful. And then see if you can find more stability through your core muscles. All right, and now we're actually switching to battle ropes in the down bounce. Down we go every down bounce, keeping your arms stable at your sides. Squeezed in, throw it down like you've got actual ropes in your hands. Throw it down, keep your traps relaxed. Beautiful job. Step ups are next in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. One at a time. Letting our heart rates come down. Let's add some swinging. So we swing back with the same arm on the same side as we lift. We're getting into our core muscles here, our obliques, with every lift and every swing. And we're just at a nice aerobic fat burning pace with the single speed. And then at the 50, we're gonna go to double speed. If you want to pick up to double speed at any time, you absolutely can. And you can hold double speed as long as you want. If you want to go at my speed, at the 50, we're just going to all crank out double and then get back to singles. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. See if you can let go. Maybe you check in. See if you can hold your core muscles and your back muscles. Excellent job. Back to singles. Swing back. And now we're going to actually go up to arm reaches up. Same arm goes up. So now we're going opposite side. That was just for the transition. So now we reach. Just a nice reach. Just easy through the shoulder. Nothing too crazy. Core strong here. At the 40, we're gonna do double speed for 20 seconds. Are we ready for 3? Double time, here we go. What you got? One hand, no hands. I like to play around with it. Without hands, we can get a little more balance here, a little more core activation here, but a finger is fine too. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1, back to single. All right, the last minute, and then we'll get back to glutes. We'll get to glutes and then back to boxing. So swinging back. Now let's keep the same arm and go up. Perfect. 30, 30. At the 30, we're going double. See if you can keep up for 30 seconds with your trophy self and your trophy breath. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Stay calm. More precision with a finger on the handlebar. If you are more precise here, you are getting potentially better results than you would be without it. There's more instability without it. It's just a fun opportunity once you've exhausted perfection. All right, relax, squeeze your glutes, hold the glute squeeze, squeeze harder than last time, breathe into your instrument, relax. Love a little smile, cheeky smile, toning the face. Holding the neck stable, holding the glutes squeezed a little tighter. All right, now we're switching to pumps. So pump it out with me. Every pump counts. Squeeze deep, deeper, deep. Here's the stability again. Sometimes I like to open up a little bit, just for a little bit more freedom. Even if it's just mental, facing forward, a little bit more constricted, facing open. Okay, I feel good. Here we go. 30 seconds, ballet legs. Bring the feet together. Feet are pointed out. Heels are together. We're zipped up. We can squeeze all the way from our quads up into our pelvic floor, up into our chest, lifted. Hold, one hand up, excellent. Both hands up, maybe hard. We can switch, just like this. This just encourages better posture. Squeeze into your quads. Squeeze your inner thighs together a little bit more. Squeeze a little harder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Calf pumps are next. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna roll up through the calves and then take a mid bounce. So we're rolling and then landing with a mid bounce. So we land and we come up and then we roll, relax, roll, relax, roll up through the calves, parallel, pigeon toe, and then parallel, and then Mary Poppins. All right, trophies, back to boxing. Up punches, here we go. Single speed. Now, if you're feeling frisky, you are so welcome to go right up to double speed. All right, I'm gonna stay at single till the 30, and then I'm gonna go to double. I want as much force as you can in your punching and as much stability as you can have in your core muscles. Keep your eyes fixed. All right, here we go to double. You got your hands in light fists, fingers are on your palms, thumb is up over your pointer, and you're rocking the house. Balanced through your body, wonderful job. Beautiful sounds through your nose. Side jabs are next in 3, 2, and 1. Single speed. You're welcome to go double speed. Feel that force coming from your muscles. Pow. Building your beautiful trophy muscles with the forces of the earth. These forces through your force, and then you're up and down. It's so genius. Double speed. Here we go. Easy on your joints. Balance through your whole body, improving your posture, constantly pumping your lymphatic system, keeping your immune system stronger so you can be more consistent. Building and keeping and maintaining the most beautifully strong, healthy joints. Our joint health, lats, 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 shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. Hooks are next in 3, 2, 1. Have we talked about our bones? Yes, our posture is gonna be the best that it can be. Hooks through your lats, through your shoulders here. Staying centered. Bone health. Yes, please. Yes, please. This is an all ages exercise. We can do this until forever. Beautiful job. Battle ropes in 3, 2, double speed. 1, down, down, down. Keep your arms right at your sides, tucked in. And now throw those ropes down, down, down. It's so important to keep our spines nice and long and tall and healthy as we get older. Flexibility in our hamstrings and our lower back for lower back health. Throw it down, 3, 2, and 1. Step up, single speed. So we're gonna do the 50, 40, 30 again. And you're welcome this round to start doing double speed anytime you want. You can start at the 30, all 3 rounds, or the 40 or 50, or you can go along with me. Let's add our arm swings, obliques, 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 keeping your hips flexible so you can easily stand up through the rest of your life. Easy world, no problem. Squeeze into those lats, stand up. Feel strong, walk with balance, 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 balance through your vestibular system, through your body, physical body. 3, double speed, here we go. It's amazing how many different ways we can be balanced in our body. Our weight distribution around our body. Back to singles. We're gonna reach up and just reach nice and easy here. Balanced upper to lower. Balanced in our muscle density around our bodies, because when we do traditional strength training, sometimes we miss muscles or we don't strengthen some muscles as much as we strengthen other muscles. Well, with lots of variety in our workouts that we give you, you don't miss a single muscle. Plus, by default, you don't miss a single muscle because rebounding puts resistance against every cell in your body. 2 and 1. Here we go. Ultra calm, ultra poised, ultra powerful, because you know that you are on trophy track. Jumping instead. And of course, this is the foundation of your health, so you can be free to do anything you want on top of this. Back to singles. This gives you opportunities to do more, Hold your hands out with me, trophies. If you're feeling frisky, just keep them out. Getting back into hobbies that you were once very passionate about. They can be physical hobbies, they can be mental hobbies, they can be emotional hobbies, anything you want, because now you have foundational health from jumping instead. Double speed, here we go. Who's letting go? Who's got a finger? Balance in your walking, feeling balanced in your vestibular system, feeling balanced in your mood, feeling balanced in so many ways. So important. All taken care of jumping instead, because the rebounder brings balance by default into your body. Excellent job. Back to glutes. Squeeze your glutes. Hold your glutes, squeeze. You mean it. You want it because you're also stretching and strengthening your hips. So hold strong. Stay focused. Stay balanced. You can absolutely have your hands on your handlebar. You can squeeze your arms into your sides. You can push into your handlebar. Stay in your glutes. You can hold your lips. Keep your eyebrows soft. Neck soft, and hold. And now let's go into a pump. Feel your core muscles, feel your spine staying straight up and crunching forward, staying in a perfect line, and working through your obliques all the way up, all the way into the center, through your hips, through your upper back. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do ballet legs. Feet are out, heels are together, zipped up, quads are up, pelvic floor in. Hold that pelvic floor, lift. Squeeze. And then breathe into your instrument. Beautiful sounds. Low, slow, calm. Other hand. These next calf pumps we're gonna do is just gonna be flat to up to the balls of the feet, flat up in 3 and 2 and 1. Here we go, flat up. So go forward first, parallel. Feel the strength in your ankles, strength in your calves. And now point outward. So a little bit more stability through underneath your big toes, back to parallel. And now just slightly pigeon-toed, a little bit more underneath the pinkies. Ankle strength, ankle health, calf health. The calves, let's go ahead and drop our feet down, could potentially be the way we stabilize our glucose. Our calf muscles are associated with glucose stability. And so if we walk, that's why they say movement after eating helps to manage glucose and helps us to, not release as much insulin into our body, have low insulin levels, have insulin sensitivity rather than resistance. Then if we're using our calf muscles, then we're gonna be healthier. So we can walk or we can bounce gently after we eat if we feel comfortable. And we will feel more comfortable if we eat till we're satisfied instead of until we're oversatisfied. And so we want to do our best to stay in the present moment while we're eating so that we can eat until we're satisfied and then get on with our day and get moving and get living and get into new hobbies and new fun things and let rebounding be the foundation of our health and strength. And then we'll just notice that we're so focused on all of these fun things that we get to do in our life and all of this love that we get to experience for ourselves and for the people and the things around us, animals and plants and nature and what we have, in our homes. And we just find so much gratitude for everything that we have. And we're so focused on being alive and being able and our health and our happiness. And so eating then just becomes a means to getting to the next fun activity. And then we notice that eating is starting to become more, on the back burner as far as what we focus on. And then all of a sudden our weight just kind of falls into its happy set point. And then all of a sudden we're doing more and more and more because we're feeling lighter and more energized, and we're sleeping better. And we notice that we're staying more on top of our hydration. We notice we're staying more on top of choosing foods that make us feel good versus foods that make us feel, sluggish and tired. And then all of a sudden we just have this momentum going where we don't even think about things anymore other than the fun things we're doing. And we just notice that our trophy bodies are coming to life. They come to life and then they stay alive as long as possible. And we're just grateful every single day for being alive and for having our rebounders and for staying consistent and for loving every step of the way and for never abusing ourselves anymore with forcing movement because we think it's burning calories, but rather we're connecting to ourselves and playing our beautiful instruments through all of our muscles. These are all the notes that we're playing and we're connecting to them. And that's us playing our instruments, and then we get to make beautiful sounds through our breath. And this is the sound of music. Sometimes music can help us get going. This morning I needed a little pick-me-up. What did I do? I played a one-song wonder, and I got going because that one song brought so much energy into my body. It released all those endorphins and serotonin and dopamine into my body with the music. But then I got onto my rebounder with you. No music, just the sound of my breath. But it's okay to use stimulation when we need it. And a natural stimulation really does come from music. So I love that. All right, trophies, fantastic work. Have a wonderful rest of your trophy day. And I can't wait to see you again soon. Lots of love. Mwah. Bye for now.